All right. Welcome back to the Mathis verdict.
Well, it's welcome for me because I haven't. It's my first time. So.
Oh, who are you, sir?
My name is Greg Mathis Jr. I noticed you got our signage a little wrong.
Oh my gosh.
It's supposed to say the Mathis verdict by Greg Mathis. So take the judge off. Greg Mathis
let's
Jr.
explain to our viewers what's happening.
Okay.
Our father, the Honorable Judge Greg
No, you
Mathis.
need to explain to me. You need to explain to me first.
I thought
we talking about replacing my
I thought
name.
You were replacing him.
What are you sitting in my
I
chair?
am replacing him. I'm here and you're there.
You weren't supposed to be here. You weren't supposed to be on the show at all.
You can log off.
Well, I was tuning in. I want to see what y'all doing.
No, you can tune out.
Making sure y'all got it right. But
You
then
can-
y'all
no.
talking about putting another name up
Well,
there.
you know what you can do? You can actually see how we did on YouTube. I'll send you the
I ain't
link.
got to do nothing. I ain't got to do nothing but come back and sit in my seat and
I'll
do
send
what
you
I've
the
been
link
doing.
on Thursdays. Watch the Mathis verdict. Thank you so much.
You know, even from afar.
Ain't nothing funny, D.
Even from afar, I get interrupted.
I don't find the humor. I don't see the humor.
It's not him. Oh, I wasn't laughing.
You know what the best thing about this part is, though? We can actually put him on mute.
Please.
Director, can you see where it says the third little switch right there on the soundboard? All right.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Thank you.
So, I'll tell you when to turn it back up.
Mm-hmm.
So for this one, this is the Mathis. All right. Put him back up. Sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties.
As long as I'm back up, I'm happy. As long as I can run my mouth.
Got me sweating in here. But, you're out of town, so I thought it'd be nice to have the other Greg Mathis in here. And, so glad to have you here. Welcome to the Mathis verdict.
Yeah, it's nice in here. It's very nice.
It is. Thank you. I did a good job. Mm-hmm. Well, we did a good job.
It looks a little different than what I see on YouTube every week.
So for this episode, we're going to be talking about, Lil Nas X, going into rehab and things like that. Mm-hmm. Gilbert Arenas had a poker indictment, which is something I want to talk to you all about that. And then we have Cardi B. She won her recent lawsuit. But first, I thought of a fun little game we could all play. I know the answers, so this is for you two, since you two don't know these answers. So let's get on to it. Right now we have a game. It's called True or Fake, Outrageous Legal Headlines. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you two a headline and a story, and you have to tell me whether you think that it's fake or it's real.
What do I win?
Ooh, what do you think he should win, Dad? Who do you think the winner should get?
We'll allow him to sit there in my seat for
I
the
might
rest
give
of the
you your
evening.
show back.
For the remainder of the...
I might give him his show back.
All right, let's get started. Headline number 1. Man sues hospital for letting him watch his wife's C-section. An Australian man claimed psychological injury after seeing his wife's cesarean birth. He said seeing her organs and blood tore the fabric of his marriage, leaving him unable to be intimate with her.
Ouch.
So-
Wait, so quick question
Yes.
though. Because I was a C-section baby, right? You remember?
Yes.
We all were.
Did you actually watch the
Yes.
process? But you didn't watch that process, right?
Yes, he did.
You watched the cut
There's
and
a photo
everything?
of me being pulled out of her belly, and that I could only assume you took with a film camera. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it traumatizing for you to watch that?
No, it was a work of art and I was seeing a miracle.
Yeah.
So no, I was looking at it. Wow, this is how this goes. This is amazing. I was amazed at the delivery of a baby out of a woman's stomach. So I was pretty amazed, not offended, not insulted, not grossed out, none of that. But I do want to sue now. If that's what you're asking me, do I want to sue about one of y'all? Now that's a different question.
I heard.
So
What'd you say?
She might want to sue too with that big head of y'all's coming out of her. I would sue if I was her. That's the trauma.
Well, no, that's why I was going to say we all got C-sections, but Mom said that once they do it the first time, it's easier for the other ones. And I heard the first one was Kamara's head was abnormally big.
So we can blame Kamara.
Yeah.
Well, we can sue Kamara.
But to your game, to the question, based on Dad's answer, saying that it was amazing and that he did not mind watching it, I'm going to say this is false. Because I feel like that, to your point, it is a joyful moment, no matter how different it may, or difficult it might be to watch because it's blood or whatever. I feel like you wouldn't sue over that. I don't know.
I know the answer.
I think you would. I think it's true. I think it's real.
And you got to think about it. It's an Australian man, too. Them Aussies, you know.
Right.
I thought they were rough. I thought they'd be wrestling alligators.
You rough until you see blood like that. I'm gonna pull up.
This man just trying to get away from his wife and children.
All right, let's go for the reveal right now. Here we go.
Okay, so Dad says yes. I say no.
This is true.
Okay.
Told you.
Okay.
Crazy.
Wait, I really wondered did he win though?
I've been on the bench long enough to see everything, and so I'm not shocked or surprised.
I get it. All right, the next one is Florida man sues Domino's after pizza tracker lied about his delivery time. A Jacksonville man claimed he suffered severe anxiety when the Domino's tracker said his pizza was out of delivery for 47 minutes. He argued that the company's live tracker was deceptive and left him pacing by the door in hunger.
Oh, absolutely, because I would sue for that. Like I have wanted to sue.
But it says out for delivery. It doesn't say when it's coming. He has to make 2 stops.
Wait, first,
before.
Dad, would you sue for? Yeah. Do you believe this is true or not?
Yes.
I know.
And I do, because people are trying to sue for everything. Anything they can find to sue about, they are doing it. And you got some starving lawyers out there who will take any case that comes in the door. And when you're dealing with a corporation, what you're really doing is trying to appeal to their goodwill that they're trying to protect. In other words, no corporation wants to be in the paper about something negative. So people know, or at least folks, lawyers and others know, that all you have to do is tell them you're going to sue, and they'll give you some money to get it out of the way. So a lot of this is a result of that. Well, let me find a reason to sue, and they're going to settle because they don't want the bad press. And so therefore, I do believe that this is another frivolous lawsuit. And yes, I believe it.
Yeah, I'm going to go true for this one just because I know I have been in this situation where I've seen DoorDash/Uber Eats driver literally going away from where I live. And I'm just like, this is wrong. Like, I should not have to pay for this.
You know what
food.
They do sometimes? They double back. They're doing a food order for DoorDash and a food order for Uber.
Correct. They'll be doing it for multiple companies, and then you get your food cold or late. What were you saying?
Did your therapist tell you how that went? Because certainly you went to therapy if you're trying to sue. If it traumatized you so much, it created so much anxiety.
My therapist told me I should work.
What happened when you went to therapy?
He told me that I need to work on seeing the best in other people and having compassion.
Oh, and that's how you have compassion, by suing the people?
No, he said I need to work on seeing the best in other people and having compassion.
Did you tell him you've never felt compassion in your entire life?
Ha ha.
All right, let's get to it.
But you gotta say more than that. Do you have a twitch now? Do your head like that? Did you
Who,
start
me?
doing that? Then you might have a lawsuit, because lawsuits are based on damages.
Okay, let me ask you a question then, Dad. I ordered the food. You told me it was going to be there at a certain time, and I paid for the food that you told me was going to be delivered at a certain time. How late can that food be before I have a case? And maybe that we don't know the answer to that, but that's the mindset I'm suing from. The
thing I'm gonna just say, what do you think? So you're both saying true?
I think it's true that somebody did.
Well, it's false, because I'll tell you one thing: Domino's promises pizza in under 30 minutes. Under 30 minutes. And I would say I just didn't believe, I wouldn't believe that they would have it there in 47 minutes.
Well, if he did, he could have sued, I guess. That's 13 minutes late.
Domino's was talking about.
Yeah. Thank Domino's for their sponsorship, because I know you wouldn't be praising them so if they weren't a sponsor.
Oh, they're sponsors, yeah. Sponsors of my life.
Okay, make sure you
Yeah,
send us.
when you order pizza every week, right?
Well, make sure you send me a cut since I'm a co-host.
I love Domino's. I love Domino's.
Next.
This is it, y'all. This is how we get it. This is how we get it. This is how we get
love
it. Domino's. Come on, Dad.
I
love Domino's. Come
No.
on.
No.
You think all these girls who get the Chanel deals online, they started from wearing Gucci? No, they buy the Chanel first, and then Chanel reaches out to them. So I love
That
Domino's.
sounds like a Ponzi scheme, but
No. With these,
Or,
a lot
no,
of
the,
the elite influencers, they would buy the women who show their lifestyle and stuff. They show themselves with these purses, and then they get all the likes and attraction, and then the
no, I know what
brands,
you're saying.
reach out to them.
It's like those Cutco knives that people used to sell. You got to buy the whole pack of knives in order to sell them to other people.
Hey,
Well,
I love Domino's.
there you go with that Domino's again. They're not sponsors, so we don't need to be calling them out.
Did you hear the plan?
I heard you talking about if you say it enough, they're gonna come to you.
Exactly.
We'll see.
Come on, baby.
No, you have to eat one on the air. You have to have one on air, eating it and showing the Domino's box.
I could get in here in 30 minutes
to give you sponsorship.
I could get in here in 30 minutes.
Son? Like you said, the women wear Gucci, and Chanel, and then Chanel comes to them.
Right.
Yep.
Well, they want to see you eating their Domino's pizza.
So maybe you should
Or,
call them
in
and
my case, I'm going to get Jet Pizza sponsorship because
there goes your Domino sponsorship.
Ladies and gentlemen, he has a box of Jets pizza right there.
Detroit's finest Jets
on
pizza.
brand.
Detroit's. Wait, you didn't get the deep dish though?
Jet's Pizza.
Oh, he's trying to be healthy.
That's how you get a sponsor.
That is how you get a sponsorship right there.
Oh, I'm sending this
Thank
right to
you.
Jets Pizza.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right.
Now,
Chew that and swallow it because we got more talking to do, baby.
Drum roll.
All right, this next case right here. New Jersey woman sues Starbucks after barista misspelled her name as Satan. A woman named Satin in Newark alleged that when a barista wrote Satan on her cup, she was shamed by her coworkers who saw her holding it. She demanded $10,000 for emotional damages and loss of reputation.
I'm going to say false.
tell her she shouldn't have been so mean to her colleagues. They wouldn't have did it.
Exactly.
She acted around there acting
they
like
would have been like,
she's
oh, they
Satan.
spelled your name wrong. They said, nah, Satan. They got her name right this time.
Yeah, that sounds like a bad colleague, and I believe it.
So you say true, I say false.
So this was brought to your courtroom.
Yes,
What
I
would
say
you-
true because sometimes my colleague goes bad.
But
Your man sitting there to your left.
I have a question though. If you were a judge
Yes.
and this got brought in front of you, what would you rule?
That's a good
I would
one.
rule, I would ask after finding out their impression of her and her behavior on the job, if they wrote it because of her behavior and because that's the
Well, it was a
type of
barista. It was a
behavior she
barista that wrote
exhibited.
it. It was a barista that wrote it.
Sound like she just wasn't very intelligent. She told her name was Satin and she misspelled it.
But it could have been spelled the same way as it's pronounced.
My defense
Like,
would have been, I don't know how to spell. I thought I was spelling satin.
She could have.
My defense would be, Judge, she's nasty to everybody. She's mean, walk around here like
Well-
this and that and the other. So that's why we put Satan, because she is Satan on the job.
And you can't
She
sue
is
me if
Satan
it's
in the
true.
Well, you
workplace.
have to listen though. She's suing the Starbucks barista, not her coworkers. She's suing Starbucks.
Right. For writing Satan on there instead of her name Satin.
Exactly, but
But
it's
she must have been mean to the people at the counter.
to the barista.
Come in there with that stink attitude every day, think you're going to get away with it.
Right.
I'll write this name
Where
on
my
your cup.
stuff? I've
Let
been
everybody
waiting
know who
3
you really
minutes.
are.
Satin's here.
Right.
Satin's here.
Satan.
Well, luckily, all this one is fake, so there's not too much reading to do with it. Next one we have Burglar sues family after getting trapped in their garage. A burglar in California tried to rob a home, got stuck in the garage for 8 days while the door jammed, and survived on dog food. He sued the homeowners for mental anguish, and he won.
Wait, shut up. This man broke into their house.
Yep.
Got stuck. They was eating dog food
For 8 days.
I believe it. I think I heard something like that.
Well, and I heard on the TV show. What was that TV show?
If someone breaks into your house and they get injured.
Yeah, what was that? Somebody
maybe,
No, it was on Liar Liar. That's what it was.
Oh, right.
That scene from Liar Liar where the assistant tells the story about how someone broke into her house.
Yeah.
They slipped and broke their foot, and they sued her. The robber sued her because they got hurt.
It happens. It happens.
And I don't know if that's true or not.
I believe
it was
it's
from
true.
a movie.
What do you think, Greg?
That's a
You think
law.
this
That's
is
a law.
true?
That's a real thing.
That's crazy. So you can break into my house, hurt yourself, and sue me.
If you were
At least in
negligent
California.
if you
No.
were
I need the
negligent
judge
in-
for this one. Hold on. I need to hear this from the judge.
Those are two separate cases. One is a criminal act for which you should be punished. The other is a civil claim for which those responsible who were negligent and caused you to injury to you, that's a separate case. Sue them for that. You should have had a clean. Shouldn't have a nasty house.
Well, you know,
If I
will
break
say,
in, the house need to be clean when I break in.
I will say this one. The house does need to be clean because this one is true.
I know whose house
Told you.
I'm breaking into next. Don't Elon Musk live around here somewhere? Ain't that what they say?
Why would you, you know we were talking about that, Greg. Why would you tell everybody? Now we can't do it.
What? Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to break in and sue him, and I'm going to be just fine. I'll be just
That
fine.
man has a
that's-
whole army floating around. You don't have to worry about
Now
y'all.
it's premeditated. Now it's premeditated fraud.
Or even better, Dad, I'm going
Right.
to faint out of fear when I see the army, and I can say they startled me to death. He throw that one out.
This is a premeditated fraud now. So, all right. Man sues Netflix for spoiling ending and thumbnail. And this is, a New York man claimed Netflix thumbnails ruined the suspense by showing the killer's face in a crime show preview image. He's sued for loss of
shut up.
enjoyment.
Now, these are getting crazy.
No, I don't believe that.
I don't
He
believe
couldn't
it
be that
either.
big
All right,
of a
we'll make
fool.
this one quick.
Next.
Fake.
I don't believe he's that big of a fool.
We'll make
You
this
said
right.
what, Dad?
I don't believe nobody that big of a fool.
Woman
You got some
sues.
fools out here, but that's a little beyond.
Woman sues Kellogg's. Oh, how can I say that? Kellogg.
Kellogg. You got to put your tongue on the roof of your mouth.
Woman sues Kellogg's because Fruit Loops aren't fruit. A shopper in California claimed Kellogg's misled her by implying the cereal contained fruit. She demanded a full refund for years of cereal purchases, plus damages for deceptive marketing.
I think I've heard this one
True.
before. True. I'm going to say true.
That's fake.
What?
Yeah, I made that up.
Okay.
Well, somebody need to take a shot at that.
Well, I think they start putting
got fine print.
They put like not made with real fruit on the front. They have not part of a complete, only part of a complete breakfast. They used to say like
It must
cereal for breakfast.
must be open and obvious. What they show must be open and obvious, meaning that the average person, when they grab that box without searching for the fine print, they should be able to see on that box where it says that. Where it says this is not real fruit or whatever. So the fine line, nope, that's not enough. Who reads that? Do you read the fine lines of ingredients when you buy something?
Nope. Yes, I do.
There
No,
it is.
I was about to say, actually, that's a lie. I do, but that's because I've been trying to get a six-pack for the last 6 years. So you look at all the health stuff.
Yep. Let's go to this
It ain't
next one.
working.
Woman sues haunted house for being too scary. Guests in Illinois said the attraction caused emotional trauma when chainsaws and actors chased her. She claimed the experience left her with emotional trauma, panic attacks, and nightmares.
So I do believe this, but most haunted houses I've been to make you sign waivers saying you can't sue.
That's a good point. That's a good point. What do you
I've
think about
never
this?
signed one.
Well, you
And I've
only
never
took us to
heard
the
that.
one. You only took us to the ones in Detroit.
What you trying to say?
that they saying you ain't gonna come to us, you gonna sue us because this is what you expect. People.
Whatever. I'm in Detroit now. I'm loving this
on.
fine, beautiful, crime-free city.
Oh, I didn't say that. I'm just saying you got your word. You going to a scary house, you're gonna get scared.
Fake.
I said, wait, what did I say? I said this is real. I think somebody did sue.
This is true.
Boom. I got one right
Lord.
at least.
It
Finally.
is?
She didn't win though. She did not win. Because of the
that will be another good one. I want to know if we play this game again, if we're right about the case and if they won.
The judgment.
Yeah, the judgment.
What's the verdict?
Yep, what's the verdict? The Mathis verdict.
All right, here's our last one. Parents sue son for not giving them a grandchild. An Indian couple sued their adult son, demanding he produce a grandchild within a year or pay them $650,000 for mental harassment.
Now, Country Day, the school I went to in Detroit, was about 40% Indian, I think.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, big Indian community.
And, huge Indian American community. And one thing that I learned is they do not play about family and about wanting their grandkids. So I'm going to go true.
Bold.
I'm going to go true.
Bold. Very bold.
They don't play about that.
What about you, Mr. Mathis?
Ain't nobody doing that to their child. I mean, you never. If when he does have a grandchild, you ain't gonna never see him.
It could be parents that are like, if I don't get my grandchildren, you are no child of mine. So maybe they don't look at.
Well, and if that's the way it's gonna be when I get my grandchild, when I get my child, you're no grandmother of his.
Yeah.
If I am the son, and my parent says to me, I don't want to. They sue me because I haven't had a child. When I have that child, they'll never see it.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You don't sue me about not having a child.
Well, this is true, so
I told you. I told you it was ridiculous. True. Yep. Dad, I'm surprised you true. Your wife ain't one step away from doing that herself to me.
Oh, or me.
I hope not.
She told me,
should hear the things she says to me.
She told me recently, she said, son, I don't need you to be married. You don't even need to like the girl. I'll take care of the baby.
Seriously?
See, he's looking like, who's going to take care of that baby?
She's desperate.
Yes.
We got to get her.
At least she ain't suing me, though, so I'll give her that.
Yeah, we got to get her in here to talk about this when she's available.
That's what I'm telling you. That was fun.
That was fun. Well, I look forward to doing a segment to the verdict. Guess the verdict.
Mm-hmm. On our next show?
Yeah, I'll trademark that one in your name so you get a piece of that once we get that.
And don't forget to take the judge off and then put Greg, replace this with Greg and then put Junior after Mathis.
And then once we get that I'll trademark that segment for you because once we get that domino.
All right, that's it for me. That's it for me.
Wait, what?
Hello? No, you don't need me. No, you don't need me.
What?
What am I here for?
Oh,
you got your own Greg Mathis.
I forgot you were there. You were talking about him like that. I forgot he was there.
What do you need this Greg Mathis for?
You gotta tell me when you don't cut the feed.
We thought we had ourselves on mute.
We can work on it. We can work it out. We'll work it out.
Now let's jump right into these 3 cases we want to talk about. These timely cases, and let's hop right into it. So first one is Lil Nas X. He entered rehab after his felony arrest.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar with the case, Lil Nas X is currently in inpatient rehab after being arrested for assaulting police officers while being nearly naked in Studio City. He was charged with 4 felonies and released on a $75,000 bail. As part of his release, the court required him to attend Narcotics Anonymous meetings and enter treatment. His legal team confirmed that he is now in a residential program out of state. The judge approved. His next hearing is set for November. If convicted, he faces up to 5 years in prison. And so I just want to, right now we can just go around and give our 30-second take on this case and what we think. And, instead of, we didn't have any viewers write any questions about these today. And so I guess we can all go around and just kind of say what we think about it. Mm-hmm. Let's start with you, Dad.
Well, this is something I think was a great condition of his bail. I used to do similar things when I was a judge in Detroit, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes they're not sincere about their rehabilitation. They're just doing it to stay out of jail. And so the question is, how well does he do there? He could escape. I mean, the president's son, what's his name? Hunter Biden escaped. I know many people leave rehab after having gone there, either by force or voluntarily. And so that's the real issue, is he going to go through the process? And so by the time his case comes up, they will know whether he has decided to go through the process and has decided that he really wants to rehabilitate himself. And they could appeal to the prosecutor under those circumstances and try and negotiate a sentence that would be fitting for a person who obviously was drug-induced, naked, nude, semi-nude behavior. But the problem he has there is he assaulted one or two of those police officers, at least they claim. And in that sense, quite frankly, I'm glad he is in rehab instead of on the street. The police ain't playing. They ain't playing with no black man assaulting them.
Yeah.
Let's make sure we know that. But I think that was an appropriate condition of his bail, is to go there. And any sentence he is given, it should require he continue in some sort of rehabilitation, whether it's whether it's counseling, outpatient counseling, whether it's having to come back and show that to the probation officer that you're attending NA classes or groups, however frequently. Those type of things I think would help move the prosecutor to ask for a lesser sentence.
Yep. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah.
But
I was laughing in my head. I said,
same
we let you
token,
go
he
over the
might
30
want that
seconds. We can't let you go over a minute. I was just joking.
Go ahead.
I said, you know, it's 30 seconds with some change.
A little bit. You know, it's tough, right? I think I am glad that he's taken steps to get better and, you know, entering inpatient treatment. I think, you know, for someone like him who was kind of thrust onto the international stage, 18 years old, #1 song in the world, that's a lot of pressure for somebody that young. And then put on top of that, somebody who is trying to, quite frankly, find themselves in front of the entire world. And so I think about, you know, I know you all have talked about on your show before, just extenuating circumstances and different situations. And I mean, you watch the video of him and it's not someone who is being malicious, aggressive, or trying to harm anybody else. You could tell he's clearly not in his right mind. Mm-hmm. But I would just hope that in this case, there's some way to, I guess, mitigate what has happened when you think about, you know, who he is as a person. Yep. Never really been in trouble like this before. Right. I think it's clear that this is more along the lines of someone who is struggling in some way, mm-hmm. versus what I would consider being someone that is inclined to be, you know, to just have like a criminal type of behavior, I guess. Yeah. So I just would hope that that is able to be a, you know, a continued part of his journey with what has happened.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, I agree.
I think the bigger issue is that he hit these police officers.
That's the part you can't get around.
That he would get a spanking on the hand. Yeah. He just got high and was engaged in lewd and lascivious behavior, as they call it, or not. That's a misdemeanor, I believe. Mm-hmm. And so he might have just gotten off with a misdemeanor had he not struck those officers. Well, if I were his lawyer, I would find a way, if it was allowable, to speak with the police officers and appeal to them and ask if they indeed
that's a great idea.
Would convey to the prosecutor that they'd like to get a young man something that would get him some help but they don't necessarily want to see him imprisoned because of his behavior during the time that they know he needed help.
Yeah.
And so some police officers have that type of heart, many don't.
Because let me ask you a question.
That's what I would
Can I get my
also
30
do as
seconds
his
in, y'all?
lawyer.
Can I get my 30 seconds in?
I don't know. You got Greg Jr. and Greg Sr.
This
We
is
just gonna keep talking.
I have to make a stand. I have to make a stand. It is my turn.
You better hurry up. Don't leave too much dead space.
No,
Right.
so with
I was
this
starting
one,
to shake.
with this one, I really want to say that, I just hope that this is a moment in his life that he can look back on and just say, this was something that happened. I got the help, and the help helped me.
Yeah.
And I might be able to help others. I think that, you all remember when I was in college. In the first semester, I was partying a lot. It was my first freedom, and I was so excited. And I was partying, wasn't doing great in classes, and you all saw me, I think, at Thanksgiving. You're like, son, you look like you've been partying too much, drinking and partying. Mom came and stayed with me for a month at school. And I think that was like a inpatient rehab. But it was just a month to stop drinking, refocus myself. And after that, I still drank and still had fun, but it was more of like a reality check.
Well,
and it gave me a chance. When I talk to kids now, when I speak to people, I'm like, man, just stay focused and like, don't get caught up in the partying. When you first get there, it's all around you, and your freedom from away from out of your nest, everything.
And I think that's where I kind of see this case is so often we see things, especially because there's just social media. We get so much information. We see these headlines about these people who we don't truly know. When you think about a celebrity, and it's Lil Nas X has done this, and everybody is so quick to cast judgment, but not thinking about let's go back and think about the worst thing that's ever happened in your life, your worst or lowest
100%.
moment. Because I do, hey Maya, I do feel like that is what we saw in this situation is somebody who's clearly struggling.
Okay.
And
We got the dog in the studio. Maya!
sorry, we got a little pup in the studio today.
Come here.
And so I guess just to bring that point home, Dad, I got a question for you is, and I want to put this the right way, is even though there is the assault of the police officers, I'm just curious, as a judge, do you see any leeway for them to say, hey, this was a terrible night for you. Like, we get that you're struggling, and maybe the rehab route is a part of that. But I just wonder, is there a way to kind of make this go away to where he wouldn't have to do jail time or wouldn't have to kind of really get a hard clamp on him, I guess.
And that's up to the prosecutor. If the prosecutor wants to prosecute him at the fullest extent of the law, how can the judge say he hit a police officer and the prosecutor wants to prosecute him to the fullest extent of the law? I gotta let him.
And that's what Jade
If
kind of
the
had said.
prosecutor has some compassion and empathy, then perhaps.
Jade had mentioned that she was on our last episode, and when it first came out, and she mentioned that is the worst part of the entire case is like, not being in the street half naked, not, maybe fighting with someone. Is when you put your hands on an officer that.
Correct.
And it depends on if the officers show that they have a little bit of, forgiveness in their
sympathy,
hearts. Sympathy, forgiveness,
willingness
and they
to
can
forgive.
even say like, we understand what he was went through. But if those officers say that, we were, hit upon the head, I have nightmares about this, and it's terrible.
Yeah.
And, I want him convicted to the full extent of the law. It's hard to be a prosecutor and not hear that.
Which is why, Dad, you had a great strategy of, like you said, getting his lawyers and people to go approach the officers directly to ask if they'd be willing to help him mitigate this in some way and write a letter or something.
Next case, we have Gilbert Arenas poker indictment. Gilbert Arenas has been indicted for allegedly running an illegal high-stakes poker ring from his Encino mansion between 2021 and 2022. Prosecutors say the games had armed guards, chefs, and a staff collecting illegal fees from players. He's also accused of lying to federal agents. Arenas pleaded not guilty and is out on a $50,000 bond. His trial is set for September 23rd. One co-defendant is allegedly tied to organized crime, making this more than just celebrity gambling.
Well,
Well, listen, first of all, I hope they haven't moved their location because they got a mansion on the block. Mama, they got a mansion on our block every day now, starting at like 11 or 12 noon. They got a bunch of cars. They have valet parking. They have security standing out there, and it's there all day and night.
Yeah.
So I believe they got some. Talking about influencers. No, I believe those are that's a gambling ring they got
I
going
agree,
on. Where the
and
guys come in there and play.
Yeah.
and I just wonder what's really going on with this case. I don't know like the legalities of it, but from what I've heard, it just sounds like there's something more going on. Because not to make light of it, I mean, crime is crime, but I have heard and seen about a lot of I guess illegal gambling rings, and it just seems to me like this is something small to go after at such a big level.
Well, I think that when it says that there's a co-defendant who's allegedly tied to organized crime,
Correct.
if they're trying to build up a case against that person,
That's what,
and they want to arrest him for something, maybe they can't find it on another case.
Mm-hmm.
They can point to this case. That can be a starter.
Well, and I didn't want to speculate, but that's
yeah.
what it does make me wonder, because I did hear something on the local news even about how there was potentially a woman who was missing or something that they were searching for, and she had been associated with the gambling ring in some way. Yeah, she had attended one of the gambling rings or something. And so that's the only reason that popped in my mind. Like, why are they making such of a big deal about, I mean, obviously the law is the law, but it just made me think that and Dad, you might have a different opinion, but
well, anything that a public figure does is going to bring a lot of attention, as you know.
Correct.
And also,
so I think we start there.
Yeah.
It's something that will bring eyeballs. It's something that will get discussions. And that's what news wants. That's what the news wants. They want us to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that we can look at the next broadcast and see the update, et cetera, et cetera. So high profile people are always targets of not just those who want to do them wrong, but they're also targets of law enforcement who want to make a name for themselves, particularly prosecutors.
They want to be famous from prosecuting somebody on something like this.
That's famous, yes.
Gotcha.
Prosecuting a famous person makes you famous.
Yep.
And also, I'm telling you, you don't know.
Or infamous, as in the case with Marsha Clark and the other cat from the OJ case.
Yep.
But these gambling rings, it depends on how much money they're making, how much money they're losing, and the threats that are involved, the car, a lot of things happen. So,
you saying if they got to go recoup the unpaid debts?
Correct.
Good point.
And so next one we have Cardi B beats her $24 million assault lawsuit. Cardi B has been cleared in a $24 million lawsuit from a former security guard who claimed the rapper scratched and spit on her during a 2018 argument. Cardi denied touching her, and a nurse who witnessed everything backed her up. After a short deliberation, the jury sided with Cardi. She's now calling out frivolous lawsuits and may file one of her own.
Cardi has been in court.
But I'm telling you, like stuff like this, though, you are a target when you make that much money and you have a personality.
Absolutely.
She has a personality. And I think the funniest thing here is that they were in the hospital when this happened. Mm-hmm. And the nurse witnessed the entire thing.
And saw, and to your point, that is an example of just how difficult it can be to be a public figure. Because here she is in the hospital. Someone's, Cardi is a firecracker. She is what she is. She don't let people talk to her crazy. She'll talk back to you crazy. And, our beautiful graphic. I'm sorry about that.
Change my graphic.
That's right, Cardi, not guilty. But,
look at the phone in there. It has their celebrated. They're really doing a lot of. I drew this myself.
The listeners, you won't be able to see these wonderful graphics, but that's what we're laughing at here.
But let me just say, I love me some Cardi B. Let me start there. I love her flavor. I love her colorfulness, and everything about her. And in this case, I think she was brave enough and had the courage to go through the process and not be concerned about how it might blemish her reputation. And that's always the concern with high-profile folks and public figures, because it can hurt your brand, whether it's true or not.
Correct.
And many people, I promise you, many people, many high-profile people, such as myself and many others, many people target us and hoping that we will pay them off instead of taking it to court and winning because we don't want to blemish our image.
Especially when they start doing the disclosure, right? Because then in some cases you have to disclose more than you're willing to. You have to give them...
And it may have nothing to do with what the actual suit is even.
Personal information. Give me your text messages from the past 2 years.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Listen to y'all little bootleg lawyers.
Well, and particularly because of Cardi, though. Because she's
worked
been
on the
making
crime
this
show. You don't know nothing.
I've been watching Cardi B. I know something. Because she has been on a tear. Like, this, she sued the other blogger. I can't remember her. Tasha K.
Tasha K, right.
She sued Tasha K because Tasha
Good.
K.
Dad's a big fan of her.
Was saying, you need to sue her too then. Was saying horrible things about her children, her family, I think.
Yeah, she bankrupted
her. Cardi kept asking her to stop, and she wouldn't stop. So eventually she took her to court and sued her and bankrupted her, made her run to Africa, I think, or something like that.
No, she's back.
She did, though. She was
allegedly.
What you mean allegedly? She was over there with her kente cloth posting videos.
Just say allegedly she ran to Africa.
Allegedly she ran to Africa.
Thank you. We don't want to be the next Tasha K.
You're right. I don't want to be the next Tasha K.
Tasha K needs to get up some money from somebody.
Although I do like kente cloth. But yeah, and so I just I'm proud of her for doing this because it is.
Absolutely.
People often don't see the flip side of people of someone in power.
What they go through.
Yeah, just the
you feel violated. It's
correct.
almost like someone pickpocketed
someone
you.
Robbing you.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like someone
Yes.
stealing from you,
Yes.
and you have no choice but to give them the money because otherwise it could ruin your career.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what Cardi B has been going around saying.
I don't know if I've told you all. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No. I was finishing up. I was just saying that's all Cardi is saying.
I don't know if I think I shared with you all the worst example of an extortion attempt against me was a man who at the community center was lined up to get turkeys on Thanksgiving week. And it was 100 people getting turkeys. We were giving them away. So we posted on the Mathis Community Center site that we were giving away turkeys. This man sues us, saying that we use his name, his likeness, to make money.
What?
And so he sued, saying we used his picture without his permission.
Yeah.
So we should have had that case.
Yeah, we should have had that case up here.
We should have had that in the beginning of the show.
That's true. But I was so upset. I said, go ahead and fight that now. You're not going to get me for helping the community.
Correct.
Right.
Now, you can get me for a lot of other things. But you ain't getting me for helping the community.
What type of other things?
I fought that all the way through.
What type of other things?
Well, a fish fight or whatever. I haven't gotten to anything else, but whatever it might have been outside of that, that's one thing I'm not going to let you attack me for helping the community. You can attack me for defamation. You can attack me for calling you a crackhead. That's what you need to be suing me about, unless you all are a crackhead. But you need to sue me for a lot of things. I talk extra crazy every day on television, opening myself up to lawsuits. People at home can sue me saying that they were traumatized just based on the shit I say.
But I think you got like a 93% crack meter rating. You can tell about 93% of the time of somebody,
He couldn't tell with you.
93%, Greg. 93 is not 100. 93 is not 100. Told you that freshman year was crazy, man.
Whatever. No. I know y'all ain't never done no stuff like that.
Absolutely.
You would be the one to know.
Absolutely. Exactly.
You would be the one to know.
But let's wrap this up, you all. I know you're on the East Coast right now, and you want to probably head to bed. We're on the West Coast. We want to get some, some partying going on.
I don't know. I'm having a great time. This chair is comfortable. This chair is comfortable.
You might, you could.
Well, thank you guys.
You could do this more often, Greg.
I think so too.
Yeah. We could put you like in the next room on the monitor again. Next.
I think I like my seat back.
Okay, up to you.
And you can put him on the monitor.
Up to you. It's all up to you.
Or get him his own show.
I like that. Now I do like the sound of that.
All up to
we
you.
could talk about that.
That's what I might have to help you do. Because
Okay,
you're not going to be sitting in my chair. I can tell you that
We
right
can definitely talk about that.
now. All right. Thanks, guys. Love y'all.
All right,
Love you
thank
more.
Love you too.
See you soon.
You're my favorite son.
Oh, thank you.
You're my favorite son.
He's pointing at me.
He's pointing at me.
He's pointing at
Thank
the
you,
don't know who I'm
Dad.
pointing
Love
at.
you.
right there. It's
Love
right.
you.
See, I love you.
There we
Bye-bye.
Oh, that was great.
That was a good one. That was a good one. Thanks for stepping in today. I appreciate it.
Anytime.
Yeah, that was fun and light, and you know, we're wrapped. What is this?
Hello. This is the Mathis verdict with Greg Mathis Jr. and Amir Mathis.
You don't need to point to it because it's not there, but just
Well, no, I was going to say you got to take this judge and make it a Greg and then put a junior after Mathis. And I don't know why you didn't do that before this.
actually might. Well, you know.
Because after we get done with this,
trademark issues.
y'all ain't going to want to see nobody else. y'all ain't going to want him to come back. It's my show. Our show.
Yeah,
show.
you already plotting against me, man. You're already plotting against me. I see how it is. But yeah, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Where's your third?
All right, stop. That's when we can bust in.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right, party people.
I am